Hello and welcome. This is Corey from the Bach Scholar YouTube channel. I'm very happy to announce that it is here right now in time for Halloween 2024. Hanon meets Bach, 20 contrapuntal etudes in C minor. I'm really happy about this. I've been slaving away on these for actually a few months now, and I've tweaked them to my satisfaction. And I am now publishing these, and they're available for you underneath this video if you go free. You can download these for free on the Bach Scholar website. 20 of these absolutely stunning studies like this, all in C minor. And why am I giving you all these for free? Well, for a few reasons. First of all, I think these are such important studies that everyone needs to see them and practice them. Okay, I think everyone needs to practice these. So I want to make these available as possible to everyone that I can possibly make available. The other reason is that, as I mentioned in an earlier video, I'm going to feature these also in an upcoming publication called The Ultimate Hanon, in which I will have these etudes published as is here, as is you see them here, and I'm going to publish them again in the Ultimate Hanon with suggested fingering solutions. Okay, so these, this official copy right here does not have fingerings, and that's a good thing because I wanted to keep the score as clean as possible and to allow players to experiment with their own fingerings. Also, I have some resources. If you want to read an article on fingering and so forth, you can do that. Anyway, you can read more about that in the preface to this. You even get the preface. Everything, the preface plus 20 of these stunning etudes, each just one page long. They're great for people of all levels, although I'd say probably best to start when you're at about an intermediate level. So I probably wouldn't use these for beginners, but if you're a piano teacher or piano student. But you know, if you've played for a bit and you can read music and you can read three flats pretty well. So, you know, if you can read three flats and you can read notes pretty well, I think, you know, I don't think it's too early to start working on these. They're really exciting. Let me just give you a little short preview on as many of these I can go over. I have my little timer on here, so I'm trying to not go over a certain amount of time. But sit back. This will be a relatively long video. I would say at least 20 minutes. So sit back, take some notes, download the music, look at the music while I'm playing it, and think to yourself, wow, could I play this? And I know you could. So this is number one here. I'm just going to play it pretty slowly so you can just hear all the tones go by. Nice, with a nice minor chord on the end. And that, of course, comes from that becomes that. So it's really interesting harmonies. Now, listen to number two. So here's number two at just a moderate tempo. love that one. That last line here, the one that goes like this. That, you know, I probably went through about 3 versions of that, but I finally decided I like this way best. It just sounds better. I don't need to show you the other versions. In fact, I don't even remember. I just come back. I constantly revise and revise until I get what I like. Now let's go on to number 3. Here's what number 3 sounds like at a moderate tempo. If you have good ears, you may have noticed that 2 and 3 are almost identical in their actual harmonies and the use of accidentals and things, just a little bit different in one place, I think. But I try to keep things consistent with the pieces, the studies that have similar motifs or similar melodic fragments that Hanon supplies us with. Also, you know, I don't want to make everything exactly the same. So it depends on the motif, that the thing that Hanon gives us, that determines what kind of possibilities there are. Now, I'm going to take number 4. Number 4 sounds like this, original. It goes, this is what this one sounds like. And this one actually is best when played pretty fast. So I set this suggested tempo at the fastest tempo I think that these could be played at, which is 96. But I'm just going to play it a little slower than that for you here. This one 4, if you listen to the harmonies, very much similar to 2 and 3, except there's, I think I got it wrong. I think 2 and 3 are more like each other. 4 is like 2 and 3, but definitely different here at the end. So here's number 5. Number 5. And this comes from this. Is a very Bachian motif. This is something that Bach definitely would have used. In fact, one reason why these work so great, transformed into Bach style pieces, is that the motifs themselves, that one measure that Hanon gives us at the beginning, is everything. That's like the invention, or that's like what Bach would have used as, like the motif that he uses for his invention. So these are really great and excellently written motifs, or melodic lines, melodic fragments that Hanon has done, and I'm simply sprucing them up and making them into more enjoyable pieces. So here is number 5. It sounds very Bachian with its motif. Right on to number 6. Also another very Bachian motif, similar to number 5, and I do some of the same things harmonically here too. That I do dynamics. Okay, so you don't play these just as drab, boring exercises all at one dynamic level, but it's really nice to start kind of soft. You go up 7 measures, it goes up 7 measures, and then comes back down. And I like to do a little crescendo and decrescendo. So if you're a piano teacher, you can use these for students. They're really fun to practice. You know, you can't really do all of this with Hanon's originals. Well, you can, but they get really boring really fast. This really adds an element that makes them very attractive. I'm very, very much addicted to these little pieces here. Even long after I write these, I'm going to be playing these myself. So here's number 7. Number 7 takes this motif. Puts it in the C minor. And this is really fun because it gets really chromatic here. I had fun with this one. So. Also, I hit some wrong notes here. You probably didn't notice, but I did. I played a couple flats when they should have been naturals. I don't know if you heard that. If you have a good ear, you may have heard it. But anyway, that's number 7. I love that. I love the motifs that allow you to do this chromaticism. Like the original motif is, but you can actually go. Sounds like a little spider crawling up. And technically, you have to play a lot of black keys with your thumb. So if you're a piano teacher, great exercises for teaching students how to use their thumb on black keys. So the fingerings here most likely will be somewhat different than the traditional ones if you play all white keys. Now here's number 8, and here we go. And did you notice how I did a lot of dynamic things with here, like kind of growing a little crescendo as you go up, and then you come down, and you can, and the opposite. So, so you can't do that on a harpsichord, and you can't do that on an organ, but you can do it on a piano. Those are the types of things you should do to make it as musical as you can possibly make it. So here's number 9. Number 9 has this motif. Basic kind of thing. And now, oh, also this is the way that I finger this is I use a lot of 2 3 2 3s. So I go 3 2 3 2 4 3 1 2 3 2 3 2 4 3, and then the left hand I go 5 3 2 3 2 3 1 2 5 3 2 3 2 3 1 2. So I do the fingering I use here, as you can learn about if you buy my Ultimate Hanon when it gets published, is I have some very interesting and practical fingering solutions for these that make it very easy for you. When you see these, it looks very difficult with the fingering, but you can actually simplify the fingering down to very manageable patterns. So I'm going to play this one here, sort of like an Étude for these fingers right here. Love that. I love this progression here. I'm going to play this for you again. These are the last 7 measures descending here. So. And notice how you get little accents. And of course, this one goes a lot faster than that. It's really exciting when you play it. It's really fun. You're just doing a lot of this stuff like with these 2 fingers. it's really, really fun. And it's even more fun if you use my fingering. So let me just go on. I just covered about half of them, almost half of them here. But I want to go to number 12 next. Number 12. Number 12 is the only slow one. And I never even planned this until just probably a few days ago, actually. I just happened to be practicing number 12. Number 12. Okay, so that's the original. Now what I've done is I've, of course, transposed it into minor, and I'm actually holding notes down and creating sort of little long counter melodies in there. So I'm just going to play. This is a slow one, number 12. I mark it andante sostenuto. Sorry, but my fifth finger slipped and I went down on that C. But you can see it's very expressive, slow, sostenuto. It's beautiful. I love this one. It's beautiful. And I just happened to have been practicing it slow, and I was holding notes down, and I thought, God, this sounds a lot better than the original played fast. So this will be the slow one. And then I'm just going to talk a little about 15, and then I'll be finished. And I choose 15 because it has a very interesting fingering model here. And I use, it's this one that goes like this. Okay, and Hanon gives another fingering, but the fingering I use is one in the right hand, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4. I just play that 2 times. And then the left hand, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2 times. So it's very minimalist fingering. I'm only using just either 4, 2, 3, 1 or 1, 3, 2, 4. But the challenging thing about this is that this fingering makes it easy in a way, but you have to be conscious or cognizant of your thumb with black keys. So this is an excellent etude. 15 is probably the best one for learning to play your thumb on black keys quickly. So here's 15. I'll play it just at a moderate tempo. Third, a major chord at the end. So if you watch my fingers, the only fingers I was playing, finger combinations, was 1, 3, 2, 4, or 4, 3, 2, 1. If 1, 3, 2, 4 when ascending, 4, 3, 2, 1 when descending in the right hand. So there in a nutshell is my Hanon meets Bach 20 Contrapuntal Études in C minor. Get your free copy today, and I'll see you in later videos.